Welcome back, everybody. It's Winback, and today we are playing some more Heroes of the Storm. This is going to be... it's going to be some gameplay that you're probably not used to on this channel. We are healing on Auriel today. This is a Storm League game, and today's team comps are going to be Deathwing, Kael'thas, Falstad, Auriel, etc. versus Dahaka, Lucio, Greymane, Diablo, and Hanzo. Right out of the gate, I can tell you, the enemy team has exactly two possible counters to Deathwing. Deathwing did get a little bit nerfed in the most recent patch, so did lose a bit of damage and some sustain. That's about it, though. I still think he's an extremely strong character, still very macro heavy, but Deathwing isn't the focus of this game. Auriel is. Today, you're going to see me play what I think is probably the most broken healer in the game. And that is including Ana, that is including, I can't think of any other healers that I would call broken. But between the two of them, Auriel and Ana, I think Auriel is the more busted of the two. And I say that knowing full well that sleep is ridiculous, turning off healing is also ridiculous, and the amount of output healing that Ana has is also ridiculous. Everything I just mentioned, everything that we know about Ana as a healer, I think is less busted than Auriel. Because Auriel is absolutely fucking nuts in the hands of literally any player. Literally anybody at all can pick up Auriel, be really, really efficient at healing, be very good at CC, be very good at saving. It's just, everything about Auriel is so strong and so simple at the same time. It's just so much better. Now, obviously, at the tip top of gameplay, that probably changes, but I don't think she's any worse up there. She's just categorically ridiculous. And we're also on the server about, like, look at how fucking cute it is. I love it. It's my favorite. Auriel has no mana bar. Obviously, she generates all of our healing through energy that she gets from people who are crowned that are doing damage or her own damage. And then, obviously, that hope energy is going to fuel our heals. So, in drafting Auriel, I did have the opportunity to last pick the character. I don't necessarily know why the enemy team didn't ban it and or pick it. I guess they thought Lucio was going to help them get places better, but whatever. We took Deathwing first, we took Kael'thas and etc. after that, and then I believe Falstad and I went last. So there's not any sort of counter picking from the enemy team. There's no Ana to really turn off our heals. There's nothing that the enemy team really has that bothers me a whole lot. When Diablo charges in, just whip him away, whip him into a wall. When Lucio's on a wall, whip him into a wall. Take some free damage there. Greymane is never going to dive us because he's going to be busy diving Kael'thas or Falstad. And then Dahaka is going to have... If we're playing correctly, Dahaka should never get close enough to us to do anything that he wants to. Because all of our auto attacks are ranged. Everything in our kit is doable from a very, very safe distance. Had I been paying attention a little bit harder there, I probably could have stunned Lucio into the wall. We might have gotten a kill. So just like that, you could see everybody on the enemy team hates Kael'thas. Just diving in, trying to get any amount of damage on that firefucker, and they're just ignoring me. So right then and there, we just flick them with our E. The detainment strike. Oh my god, Kael'thas. I was just trying to make a point, and then you're going to go ahead, you're going to make it more difficult. Ugh. Now, in this video, obviously, since this is some rank gameplay, I'm assuming that you know enough about playing Auriel that you don't need a whole lot of explanation on the build. Most of what we're building here is just geared toward giving us more damage, giving us more efficiency in our healing, giving us more efficiency in how we deal damage to get more healing, and just generally keeping our numbers up. Auriel should never be in a position in the team fight that she needs to be any danger. And then, obviously, when people do get to her, just like that, there's not much she really has to worry about because her heal is on such a short cooldown that you don't ever have to... obviously, you're not going to duel anybody. You're not going to 1v1, but you're also not going to die if your team has the slightest amount of concentration on you. Which should be pretty easy, because when you're playing Auriel, oh my god, Kael'thas, please, just don't go to dumb places. Auriel does a lot of healing with clumped up teammates, so if you're healing yourself, chances are you're probably next to a teammate to try to get the maximum value out of your AoE heal, which is just a, good way to play Auriel. Damn, missed him by that much. Now, our quest, obviously, the repeated offense, only have to hit 6 people into walls to get the bonus damage, and the bonus damage is stupid good. Mainly because Lucio is always going to be against a wall. Diablo is going to be putting people against a wall on his own. Dahaka, Greymane, and Hanzo aren't really super big problems for us, but having those two repeatedly line up for a detainment strike is going to make our quest easier, it's going to make getting damage easier, it's going to make filling our bar easier for our heals. So, you can see your E, your detainment strike, is a very important part of your kit. And having easy targets for it is going to make it that much more efficient for you to heal, or to get damage to heal, right? So if you're thinking about Auriel in any terms of anything, you should be thinking about her as a very strong AoE healer, number one. She is going to be doing damage to get the healing, so that's number 2. And then she has a very, very strong amount of CC and mostly follow-up CC. So if your team, like ours, has the Kael'thas, has the ETC, has really strong engage CC, your whole kit just fucking skyrockets beyond more broken than it already is. Her wave clear isn't terrible either. I mean, her Q it does damage. It's not negligible. I think you only need about 3 to clear a wave, and the cooldown's pretty short, so using it just repeatedly on the wave is also going to charge your bar. Everything that you do with Auriel is going to charge your bar, and as long as you are paying attention, just like that ETC slide, fantastic. That sound barrier saving him by just the last second, but that was so good of our team to follow up and just pay attention to ETC. Really amazing stuff. Whipped him into the wall, got to stop that APOC from our ETC. That's a good feeling. The reason that I took Crystal Aegis here is because the enemy team wants to dive onto very, very easily targeted teammates. So Kael'thas, Falstad has his escape, obviously, but he's not going to be able to get away after that. So if one person dives in and he dives out, there's more dive to follow up. Doc comes in from the bush, Diablo goes in for a charge, maybe Hanzo goes in for a jump. We want to be able to save Kael'thas, number 1, because he's our biggest battery. And being that he is so incredibly mobile, having that Crystal Aegis to save him from stupid shit that he's been doing is going to be very, very handy for us. And it's just going to make sure that we heal more. So, of all the healers that you can play, Auriel is the one that needs her teammate the most to heal the most. And it's just kind of like this really infinite circle of happiness and good that keeps the team going, you know? The healer is prepared to keep you alive. Resurrect, Resurrect is fine. I don't think it's, unpickable anymore, but with the team comp that they have, if I resurrect someone, and the enemy team is ready for them with a tongue or an APOC or a tackle or an arrow and that cursed bullet, they're fucking dead. So, better to have the Crystal Aegis. But the other thing you might not know about Crystal Aegis is that it also charges your Hope Bar. Because if the enemy team is all crowded around the target in the Aegis and it explodes, it does damage. And you get bar from that damage to dump a full heal on the person in the crystal. It's just such a good ultimate, especially if you're very, very good at seeing what needs saving. So, obviously the build at this point, like I said, is all geared towards more efficient damage and more efficient healing. I took Swift Sweep at 1 because that makes our Q a lot easier to hit, and it makes it a lot easier for us to get away once it hits. And then our repeated defense is our, our damage quest at 4. We took Energized Cord for increased auto attack regen, saving Kael'thas immediately. Big heal after that. ETC going in for the peel after we got the heal off, and just like that, Kael'thas is back to 75% of his health. Oh my god. I just fucking saved that entire team fight. You're welcome, team. Get on my level. I'm the healer. Fuck yeah. And then Crystal Aegis, I don't need to explain that anymore. Energized Cord, though, we just get more energy from our own auto attacks. So if Kael'thas is dead and we don't have anybody really specifically around to get energy from, we can do it ourselves, ETC trying to aggressively push back the enemy team from this choke. I fucking love ranged Deathwing. That slow is incredible. And his stun is also incredible. Like, the amount of zone denial that he has, especially into the Grey Main, that she's supposed to counter Deathwing, right? I've got Curse Bullet, he can't fucking fight me. And then the Deathwing's just like, guess what? Here's a puddle of fire. Here's a big old Earthquake stun. You'll never touch me. So, yeah. Deathwing counters, I don't really feel like are good counters. Unless you have a Deathwing just cornered by your entire team, I don't think it matters. I still don't like that level 1 talent, the Protected. He still lost all of that health, and he was quote-unquote protected. But anyway, back to Auriel, because she's the important part of this. Okay. You just, Kael'thas there because of the arrow, and then the enemy team didn't want to go in, but our ETC used his effective zoning lash, I suppose, to keep them really far back? Excuse me. We've got Falstad pushing down the top side of the map with the objective on that top keep, so we don't necessarily have to get this keep. And we've got our bottom objective free pushing as well. He might be in some trouble, though. Looks like they definitely rotated up, but not in time to save the building. Fuck yeah, go us. At 16, we did pick up the Wrath of Heaven, which is the bonus spell power on our hat, the crown that we have on Kael'thas. And he took Pyroblast, so having 10% more spell power on that bad boy is not going to be a bad idea. And then 13 was Piercing Lash, because we've got repeated defense. Repeated defense is going to lengthen the knockback distance of our Detainment Strike, and being able to knock back 2 people at a time with that is stupid helpful. So we're going to want to go do the double boss play here. I think, yes, the enemy team was doing their siege camp rather than the boss, so we're just going to take a free double boss play. They have to clear the top one. If they try to fight us for the bottom one, I don't know. I don't think we're going to have Mosh Pit in time, but I have Aegis, and they can't fight us in these tiny corridors against Kael'thas because he's just got all that damage. Looks like Deathwing also opted for... Who did? That's weird. That's weird. So Deathwing's going full range. I don't know that I would do that, but to each their own, right? Death Drop. Oh. Now, the enemy team cleared out the boss on the top. So that wasn't really going to do much for us anyway. The core regens health, so bosses on the core in this map specifically suck. Unless you have a 5-man push with a boss to end the game and some other advantage, that boss is not going to win it for you, like a Cursed Hollow boss or a Sky Temple boss. Bosses in this fucking map, specifically just this map, because of the core mechanic of regenning health, they suck. Now, you want to use the bosses to get keeps, you want to use them to get forts, you want to reduce the armor of the core with the bosses. I'm going to crystal myself because fuck your Apocalypse, knocking them both into the wall. Huge hinterland blast. Gonna miss the Dahaka, sadly. But Diablo is going to go down. Looks like Greymane's going to escape. Can we knock him into the wall? We've got the Dahaka stunned as well. There's a sound barrier. Falstad getting his heals because a tank Falstad is the way to go at the moment. Ouch. Not sure that you needed to do that, buddy, but I guess since it's on a fucking 30-second cooldown, 40-second cooldown maybe? I don't know. It was probably worth it for a little bit more damage. Padding stats at this point. Barely missing the tip of the keep. Oh no. Got the heal. Looks like he might still be in trouble. Again, we did not get the whip that time, but we've got heals for days still. I should have put the crown on Falstad instead of Kael'thas since he was running away, which is one of the things that comes with time and playing Auriel. You want to get better at placing your hat. So if Kael'thas is just running for his life, he's not doing damage, we're not healing anything. So I need to put it on Falstad, who's still up there being aggressive, so that I can heal the running Kael'thas. Looks like Deathwing's going all in on that bottom keep. Eating the aggro, and Dahaka's not going to get that tongue off because he's just going to get slapped into the wall. Dead. Everybody's dead. The objective is killing the core. Just unwinnable. Unwinnable for the enemy team, really. And I will take complete and total credit for it. At 20, I did take Shield of Hope, I think it's called. Not necessarily because we needed it, but... Look at... Oh, it's so precious, Kael'thas. Thank you. Best killing spree. Look at me go. I did participate in literally every kill for our team. There you have it. 10 kills. 10 assists. Didn't get a single kill myself. Didn't die a single time either, though. So, fuck yeah. 53,000 healing. And when you're looking at the healing numbers here, you're thinking, well, you healed less than Lucio, so how did their team lose? It's because Lucio is just throwing random healing out in a huge circle, and it's not targeted. It's not on people who need it. It's just healing all the time. Auriel has to actually pay attention to her AoE heals and heal people who actually have to get it. So, my heals were more important than his heals, even though the fucking numbers are vastly different. 20,000 is pretty... Well, I guess 17,000. Who's counting, really? The talents, again, if you need them. Swift Sweep at 1. It's just going to make it faster, going to make it easier for us to get damage. Repeated Offense at 4. More damage. More CC. Awesome. Energized Cord. More possible for us to get more healing because of the amount that we generate hope-wise from our autos. Crystal Aegis because this poor guy was just always so fucked. Just so fucked at every instance. And then Wrath of Heaven because, again, you got this. You got this. I'm going to give you just a 10% boost to make sure that they hit super hard. And then Shield of Hope didn't even need to use it. Half our team didn't even pick what they wanted. So the game was just over. 10-4. Nothing the enemy team could do. Our team was so much better at map control, at fighting, at just making decisions. Specifically our Deathwing really playing really well into this counter. It's fantastic stuff. So thanks so much for watching. That was Auriel. That was our ranked game for today. We might be back with another one tomorrow. I haven't really figured out what tomorrow is about, so we'll see about that. But if you have any comments, feel free to let me know. If you liked the video, again, feel free to click the button. Always do the subscribe thing if you're into it. And as the time ticks by, you'll see me again. I'll be back tomorrow. That's what that means.